Welcome back, you guys, to another session. Uh, let's just get right into it with a recap. So last session, you guys were in search of the Griffin Tail Hair, and you came across a group of poachers who were in the middle of capturing a griffin. They noticed you as you entered a clearing, and they rushed you and engaged in combat. You all held your ground and began to exchange blows. Some highlights from that fight: Harvey smashed a person's face with his flail. Uh, Betty threw Ghoul Mother's stomach acid at someone's face. Uh, Danni fought with the griffin that slammed into them earlier to push back the poacher away from the ensnared griffin. And Folly caught Danny's shillelagh from a throw, cast magic weapon on it, and then knocked out their assailant, which was pretty sweet. And then during the fight, Folly fell unconscious and had a brief chat with a god of death named Ash, where Ash asked Folly's help in investigating Aster, which is another god of death and is the patron god of death for the League of Silent Tongues. And You all eventually killed the final poacher and freed the trapped griffins. And that kind of takes us to where we're going to open the scene today. Um, you guys are all crowded around the pair of griffins that have been reunited. You guys, I believe Folly healed one of the griffins, and you all kind of helped and are letting the griffins kind of reunite. Um, then, um, seemingly out of nowhere, Molly comes in and goes, "Wow, you guys did an excellent job. You guys took out those poachers like it was nothing. Um,
Hmm.
I think we should just get some this griffin tail hair, and get out of here." And she very boldly walks up to one of the griffins and starts to grab at its tail. Griffin immediately turns back around, snaps at Molly, and Molly jumps back and runs behind Harvey and says, "Oh, maybe one of you guys should get the tail hair."
Yeah, maybe that.
um, so yeah, you guys are uh, in this clearing still with these griffins. Um, they've calmed down a little bit now. Um, how do you want to go about getting the griffin tail hair from them?
Crickets eat meat, right, guys?
I would assume so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
Like,
yes. Yes, they do. I feel like that's pretty common knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Cool. I'm gonna glance around for a dead poacher.
Oh. um.
there is one.
There is
I
one.
killed the last
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the one that Harvey killed, and then
He's not viable.
I mean, just
He's
just his head
not.
isn't.
Yeah. No. What I want is in the head.
Oh.
Was he the only one?
Uh,
No, we killed
I feel like there was another one you guys killed.
one whose name was either Spear and they were using a sword, or their name was Sword but they were using a spear.
Yeah.
It was very confusing.
You guys,
But
Betty. I think it was Betty who landed the killing blow on the poacher leader, whose name was, I believe, Spear.
Okay.
yeah,
Sick.
we were trying to take him down, and it was getting dangerous. So I decided we were gonna just take him out, and then we took him out.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then you also have a live poacher bound,
Yeah,
and
I have
then
the one that I tied up, and Bleu is dragging him around by the end of the rope.
Okay. Well, no sense maiming him unless griffins have a particular taste. I want to go over to the dead chief and open his mouth, just put my fingers inside and just tear out his tongue.
I don't see any reason you can't do that.
Yeah. I want to slowly approach one of the griffins, tongue in hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna motion to who am I motioning to? I think Danni. Actually, no. I'm motioning to Folly.
I think
as I approach this griffin.
I think Folly is still close by because I was healing one of them earlier, but I'm I follow you over to the griffin.
I'm telling you to okay, when I get him to come over to me and start eating the tongue, you go around the backside and pluck a feather.
I'll try my best.
He'll be soothed. This is what I've got.
Okay, wait, where did that tongue come from? I don't know if Folly has seen me rip this guy's tongue out. I was hang on a sec.
That's inconsequential, I think. I think that's neither here nor there, Folly.
Okay, take your word for it.
Also, hold on, Dare. I feel like we shouldn't be plucking anything. If it, have you ever had a haircut before? You notice how it doesn't hurt compared to when somebody grabs your hair? Usually an infant or somebody that you're getting into a lover's quarrel with. And that hurts. So maybe if we don't want to get kicked in the face there, and then I'm just going to pull out one of the daggers that I stole off the poachers. And I'm going to if you're saying I'm doing it, Danni, I feel like you should cut the hair loose.
Sorry, are you handing it to me or to Danni?
Oh, wait. No, yeah, you were talking to Folly. I'm handing it off to Folly.
The problem with all these names being very similar. I'll take the dagger from you.
Fantastic. I would like to approach the front of the griffin with the tongue.
I would like it stated for the record that I think we should just ask for permission.
Well, can you talk to the griffins?
Yeah, why don't you just do that then, Danni? Jesus.
Okay, for sure. I'm just gonna be hey, we did rescue one of you. Obviously, that was a no obligation kind of rescue, but we are here trying to find a griffin tail feather for a very important mission. If you wanted to just give us one out of gratitude, that would be so cool, of you. And we would tell everyone how cool griffins are. We would be we would spread the news.
The griffin looks at you, kind of cocks its head with its little bird eyes. I want you to give me a parlay roll. So roll plus your charisma, and I just want to see how this goes down.
I got 2 6s plus 1, so that's 13.
Oh, shit, are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. I feel like they don't understand your words, but I feel like after everything that they've gone through in this whole ordeal, and you, Danni, and Harvey, and everyone else has shown them that you can be trusted. I think that they understand for the most part your intention and that you want something from them, and so I think the griffin who you addressed is going to bow down onto one of its knees, and then it's going to kind of continue that with that motion and kind of sit down and curl its tail. You know how when cats sit down, they can curl their tail closer to their front paws.
Mm-hmm.
Its tail kind of is closer to its the front of its body. So you have easy.
What a good boy.
So you have easy access to the hair.
So precious.
Cool.
So
can I do a charades thing to make sure they understand? I want one of the tail hairs.
you want to do what now?
A charades, a these,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you could probably achieve that by just lightly tugging on the feather before doing anything?
Oh yeah,
I think
I would like.
I think it like whaps its tail a couple of times, like it
Okay.
as if it understands.
I'm going to feed him the tongue during this.
Okay. Yeah, I think you, Harvey, you approach the griffin and hand him the tongue, and he very gently takes it from your hand, and then he kind of like does that bird thing where he like throws his head back and he catches it midair and swallows it, and he gives out I think like a little bird coo.
Oh, what a good boy. Oh my god.
And I think his partner has also sat down next to him.
Oh, absolutely fantastic.
As the griffin is enjoying his tongue treat, I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of like follow Danni over, and I'm gonna using Betty's I'm gonna like very carefully like sever one of the tail feathers close to the base of the tail.
It's a little difficult at first because the tail is flapping, in excitement. But eventually it sees what you're trying to do and it stops flapping its tail. Molly, nowhere, has taken a few steps back and is like kind of at a distance now from you guys. Calls out, "We need a few more than that. Come on."
I'm gonna flip her off.
That's fine, Harvey, but we need more tail hair.
And then just my hand up like this, not even looking at her.
Folly, what do you want to do?
Folly doesn't when we talked to Grove at the beginning of this mission. What Grove said is that we should try to get a griffin tail hairs if possible. Didn't say how many. I think getting one is a pretty good start, and so I am not gonna. Fuck it. I'm not gonna do what Molly tells me to.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna like stick my tongue out at her.
She also sticks her tongue back out at you.
The boobs are fighting.
But Betty, you said that you wanted to do something?
I'll take a couple more hairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Betty, we are united front on this. Betty.
This is our job. All right, there. This is hard. We're here to do a job. The job was to get the hairs.
The hair.
I'm trying
As
to
we
complete.
were told. Betty, why must you be so contrarian?
Molly, can you come over here, please, so we can discuss the terms of the contract that we're going over, please?
Oh, it might be safer if we did it over here, though.
Molly, don't be shy there. Just come on over.
Nothing's
All
right.
Happen to I promise there. Okay, just come on. Look, I'm like 5 feet away from this thing. You come over 5 feet from me. You're like 10 feet back. You don't got to worry about that. They got like a what? Like
roll a parlay. Yeah, I want to see if she's gonna do it or not.
There's no trees to hide behind now, Molly.
this should be great because my charisma is -1.
Ooh.
That's a 7 -1 is a 6.
Oh no, that's a failure. Okay. Okay. Well, Molly's gonna go. No, that griffin, tried to snap at me, and we could totally have a conversation here. So I'm definitely not getting any closer, and you can't make me.
I love how insistent she is that we take more from this creature that she is herself so terrified of.
That's the job. We're adventurers. What do you think there? that people were just going to hire us to do stuff they could have just done themselves. This is what we're doing. If you hire a plumber, the plumber doesn't come in there like, bold of you to ask me to fix your plumbing there.
But they do come in there.
Plumbing.
But they do come in there like, bold of you to not watch and listen to me tell you what your problems are. As in, if you can't even stand near the sink, a plumber isn't going to respect you. So if you can't even stand near the fucking griffin, I'm not asking her to pull the feathers. We are asking her to just stand marginally closer.
I'm going to hold up a hand in front of Harvey and be like, Harvey, whatever horrible interaction you had with your plumber the last time you talked to me, that's on you. Just stay here by the griffin, and I'm just going to walk over to Molly, and I'm going to be like, Molly, I'm gonna need a number, okay? How many hairs do you need us to cut?
How many do we have right now?
We got one.
Okay.
It's pretty thick, gotta say.
Yes. I would like 5. Not too many. That seems doable, right? That's all I wanted. I just wanted a few more. It's gonna help out the league. That's all.
Okay. And then I guess I'll cut this time since nobody else wants to cut the hair. I just need somebody else to like keep this griffin like chill.
I'm not helping.
I am going to kind of like stand in front of Betty as she tries to approach the griffin. I'm going to address Molly directly. Molly, I think it's pretty bold of you to, speak for the league, considering you have no ties to the league, you have no interest in it. Don't you think it's better if we create a good relationship with the griffins here? These are intelligent beings.
You bring up a good point. However, the whole purpose of this mission and you working with me is two parts, right? It's map the locations of these ingredients and also bring some back for the league. I guess you're right. They didn't they didn't specify how many specifically griffin tail hairs they needed, but I think it would look better on my exam if I brought back a few more tail hair.
That makes me want to do it less.
Well, now hold on, Molly. Is this a matter of us fulfilling a contract, or is this a matter of you trying to get us to do something that's beyond our contract? Because I cannot make this clear enough. We're here to perform a contract. We got a job. You asking us to do stuff that is not in the contract, I think supposes that we renegotiate our pay.
The contract is to help me on my exam. My exam is for me to map out the ingredients and to collect some ingredients. I feel like collecting ingredients for my exam is well within the contract parameters.
And we've collected ingredients for you, and I'm going to hold up the griffin tail hair and kind of shake
You
it
collected an ingredient.
I hesitate to say we are splitting hairs here, but I think we're splitting hairs. I'm sorry.
Oh, so good.
While everybody's talking about this, I'm just going to walk over and just cut the
I'm going to lean over to you guys in a way that Molly can't hear and be like, are we essentially helping a rich student cheat on her exam? Is that what the job is? I'm still not clear on it.
Yeah.
It's not cheating. We're just doing her extra credit homework for her.
No. Well,
look.
What do I need to roll to cut this hair?
Let's see. I feel like I could still let you do it without doing a roll, But if you wanted to roll for it, since we've been you kind of had a discussion, I'm gonna say defy danger. I'm gonna say that the Griffins have kind of gotten up at this point, and
Okay.
it'll be. I think this, you're approaching, you're getting into their personal bubble, and so they still kind of trust you, but also like they've the moment has passed where they've like are willingly, giving up their resources.
Yeah. I've dealt with I think I've dealt with I'm just gonna do that thing that you do when there's like a cat and like the cat has something, but like as soon as you take it, that cat is gonna like try to like swat at you, but it's also not a big enough deal that like if you once you take the thing, the cat is gonna like freak out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not taking its food so I'm just gonna kind of like walk up close to it and then just like kind of like get in, cut off just like the ends of like a couple of the feathers, just like a blunt chop, and then just like take the tail hair and just sort of like dip. And I'm gonna try to do dexterity.
Okay, perfect. Yes, that's exactly what it should be. I think, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
That is gonna be a 13.
Excellent. Yeah. So you go in there, you act very calmly. You do this like probably in the best possible way. I think they are the one you approach looks back at you and like is staring you very intensely. And I think this doesn't happen, but it definitely like thinks about nipping at you. But since what the movements that you did were so quick, it doesn't even like worry about it, and like there's no pain involved, right? You're just snipping off some hair. So you successfully grab some more griffin tail hair.
Yeah, I think it does that thing that like Alyssa's cat will do all the time, where it'll be like I'll need to like get some, and he'll kind of be like that, but then I'll just put my hands up to show that
He's like, I'm done.
aggressive.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, okay, we're done with this, but don't touch me again.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe that this griffin is putting out there.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk over to Molly and be like, well, I couldn't get too close to the base there, so it's not as long as their one hair, but I got about like 10 or 15 short pieces of hair. That should be like the equivalent in terms of mass. There you go. Hold on to that. Remember this when you leave us a review going forward. Okay, there.
Thank you, Betty. She says very sweetly. Question mark.
Literally doing my job. Just doing my job.
She takes the tail hair and puts it in a small bag, which she puts in her pack. And yeah, I think what happens here now. I feel like this is kind of like the close of the scene. I think the pair of griffins looks at you guys, kind of goes up to you. You all, I think they all, yeah, no, they all go. They both come up and they give you a really deep bow. And then they kind of turn around, look at each other, and then flap their wings and they take off and start circling in the air, doing whatever griffins do. And yeah, so I think now you guys are kind of deep in the fabled forest. It's probably the afternoon. I would imagine, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you might want to take a break before setting out onto or setting out for the third and final ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for everyone, real quick. We have a tied up poacher still, right?
You do.
What's our plan with him?
I reckon we could probably do something to him. Just mark him in some kind of way, and then maybe just let him go.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But first, I have an idea, and I'm gonna walk over to him, grab one of his kneecaps and just push it out of place.
Oh, uh, he yells. He's like, "Ah, what are you doing that for?"
I'm gonna immediately put it back.
Ah, ah. He's like rubbing his
Not gonna
knee.
be chasing after. Not gonna be chasing after any more wild animals with your tendons all torn up.
No, God,
Oh.
this was an awful experience. Ah, and he's just like fucking giving you like just throwing daggers with his eyes, rubbing his knee. Um, he's like, I won't, I'm done poaching. This went
Yeah, you
terribly.
are.
I'm not gonna do it again. I promise. Okay. Now, can you let me go? Uh, I don't want to bother anyone anymore.
I say we let him go, but keep his hands bound, so when he gets into civilization, people know that he was tied up for some shit. I don't know. I don't know how to mark him as a poacher. People don't really poach on the backs of dragons.
Hmm.
We could always do what they do in my homeland. And I'm gonna carve a P into his forehead.
Whoa.
Yep, that's
Oh
quaint,
my god.
succinct. I love it.
Okay, nice. We'll zoom out for a second. You hear a loud scream. Birds flutter up from the forest, and then we zoom back in, and he has a bloody P on his forehead.
Yeah. Don't feel too bad about it. Everybody's got one. And then I'm gonna pull up my sleeve and you just see like an M.
Oh.
What does the N stand for, Danny?
Oh, it could be any number of things, honestly. I didn't ask when they were carving it into me. It's kind of confusing because there's only 26 characters, but there's like infinite crimes, you know what I mean?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, Danny. I can only think of 2 crimes that start with M.
2.
And
Oh,
only
okay.
one of them I'm comfortable saying on this podcast.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay, just got it.
Hmm.
Okay, excellent. Do you guys want to make camp?
Yes.
Okay.
I do want to say, real briefly, as we're kind of leaving the, are we like leaving the area and camping somewhere else or camping in the same clearing?
That's up to you guys.
I'm pretty down with just camping this clearing.
I feel safe now that we've dealt with all the poachers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that case, I think like as we're starting to set up camp, Folly is gonna like excuse himself and like kind of like chase after the poacher and use like one of their bandages to wrap up the open bleeding wound on his forehead.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
How wholesome of you.
Yeah, I think
Look, I've seen people get gangrene from untreated wounds. That's really gross. No one deserves that, not even a poacher.
he
wow.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I think the poacher lightly touches the bandage once you're finished, and he goes, and he kind of grumbles, and he goes, I appreciate it. I won't forget your kindness, and he goes, my name is Tusk, and then I think he kind of walks away.
Wow, poachers don't have the greatest naming convention. Pretty
Cool.
limited.
That was very kind of you, Folly.
But okay, so now that we're resting, we like get our health back and stuff, right?
Yes, so the move specifically is called oops, I just closed it. Go away. I think it's called Make Camp. No. Wait. Yeah, Make Camp. You're supposed to I feel like that it's one of our you're supposed to consume a ration, set up a watch order, If you have enough XP, you can level up, and if you get some hours of sleep, you can heal damage equal to half of your max HP.
Cool.
I feel like we're really bad at keeping track of rations. That's just not something we usually engage in with any of the games that we run. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of hesitant to make you guys keep track of rations. It just doesn't seem that important. But you can tell me what you guys think.
I think if it's left like purely up to a vote kind of thing, I would vote let's do rations. Try to play it as rules as written as possible. But like I'm also not too strongly opinionated about that.
Okay. Anyone else have?
I've been marking mine.
You have been keeping
think
track
if
of
it-
yours.
Oh yeah,
I
to be
think
fair, I
if it
have
says it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I will. Then it sounds like we can keep track of rations. And I will make sure to consider that as we continue this game.
Yeah. Brief question. I only had one use of rations marked before this one. What about you two?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Same.
one. Cool. So this is a total of 2.
I have by nature sustained, so I don't need rations.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Danny doesn't have to worry about it at all. That's excellent.
Beautiful. But okay. I'll go first for watch order.
Okay.
What about the healing? Does that just happen naturally because we're resting?
Yes. So I don't think anyone was hurt too badly, but I haven't been keeping track of everyone's
Thank
HP. So you'll just take whatever your max HP is, cut that in half, and that's how many points you can heal back.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm still not back up to snuff.
Ooh.
Oh, you were dropped below half health? Oh,
Yeah, I was down 11.
you got hit hard, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
So
now
I-
it's okay. I'm at 11.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you
Sleeping at all gets me back up to full.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
is that
Yeah.
because you're an elf?
Oh, yeah, that's just where I ended.
Oh,
after
I see.
that. yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. I have a move I can use for this. And then I heal, me and my allies heal 1d6.
Oh, what move is that?
Nice.
As a halfling, I can sing healing songs of spring and brook, but I think as a druid of the blasted wasteland, my healing songs are something along the line of like, death is a part of life, it comes to us all. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Some real
Positive
fun.
nihilism. I love it.
And then we can all take 1d6 healing.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
Right?
I mean-
And then he'll just like bust out the guitar and plays Johnny Cash.
I mean,
Also, I can always like heal someone if you
If-
still have HP.
Oh, do you want to help me? I rolled a 1, so I'm still at a 12 out of 15.
Okay. Okay, I think I already used up my move that lets me just automatically heal 5 HP per day. So let me look up the spell.
Oh, yeah, you probably have cure wounds or something.
Yeah, cure light wounds. Let me.
Hasn't it been a day since that? Or no, because you used it on the.
You used
I
it
used it
on
on the griffin.
the griffin, yeah.
Mhm.
But if we finish taking a long rest overnight,
You could do
just do it in the morning.
you could do it in the morning.
Narratively, okay. I think I'll wait until the morning. I guess I'll see how Danny's doing after a night's sleep.
Okay.
They won't come to me to get checked out, and I'm like, you're fine. Just sleep it off.
and
Go. What were you gonna say?
and we level up now, right?
Yes. If you guys, we kind of went through XP last session, so if you guys have enough XP, you guys can level up and choose your abilities. Your next move.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I am level 3.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm 12.
Is everyone level 3 now?
I
Yes.
think so.
Excellent. Um, let's go around then and tell each other what moves we picked up with everyone's level up. Um, so we'll go in the order on my screen. We'll start with Harvey. What move
Oh, cool.
what move did you pick?
What move? I picked Ironhide, so just
Oh.
+1 armor.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that puts me at a 1, without any armor, 2 or 3 with my scale armor, and then a 4 with shield.
Oh, you are one tough fighter. Okay, cool.
And
I
then I took a Constitution bonus, which put me at 12 HP.
Okay, and that's still
Nice.
is that a 1 modifier or a 0 modifier? I think that's a
Oh,
0.
to
The modifier?
oh wait, 10 plus Oops, I was counting it wrong again. I was completely counting it wrong. It puts me at a fucking 26.
Wait, what puts you at 26?
My Constitution, but I have a +2 to it because it's Constitution +10 for
Oh,
HP. Like,
yes. Yes. I see what you're saying. But your modifier's at a 0 because you're at 12.
no, it's a no. Oh, no. That 12 was me fucking up counting my HP again.
Got it. I see. I get it now.
My Constitution is at a 16, so my
Okay.
modifier is a +2.
Got it. We're okay. Thank you. Cool.
Oh, in
Awesome.
that case, I actually did need that 1d6 healing.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and heal up there. Nice. That works out. Betty, what move did you take?
I took a +1 in strength so I could carry more.
Ooh.
And so that improves my max load, which is now 25.
Oh.
And then I took the move Viper Strike, which lets me add an extra D4 when I'm dual wielding. Whenever I make like a hack and slash, which I'm representing as like I grabbed a bunch of weapons off those guys that we
Yeah.
that was down.
Yeah, so now you have more opportunity to dual wield some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Exactly.
I like that. Folly, what move did you take?
I took the move Divine Intervention. When you commune, you get 1 hold and lose any hold you already had. Spend that hold when you or an ally takes damage to calm your deity. They intervene with an appropriate manifestation and negate the damage. So I think I only get to use that like once per time I commune, but it's kind of fun flavor-wise. And
Yeah.
I use my 1 stat increase to increase my Constitution to a 13, which gives me a +1.
+1. Excellent.
Con.
So that's super cool. That move sounds very useful. And then Danni, what move did you take?
I took bark skin. To double check, aside from what we're wearing in any of our moves, our armor is like at a 0?
Yeah, unless you have, yeah, basically if you're not wearing any sort of, armor, your armor will be at 0. If you have a shield, that it should say how much like plus armor you get, or if you're wearing like
Yeah.
leather armor, I think that's like +1 armor.
Okay, so in between bark skin, I have hide armor and a wooden shield, so I'm at like 3 armor at this point.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna start throwing
Danny is so fucking
some strong ass enemies at you guys now. You guys are getting
Oh no!
you guys are getting pretty strong here.
We shouldn't have told you. I'm
Uh,
gonna smash my shield on a rock. And that's not metagaming, that's just smart.
that's just smart. Exactly. Cool. So you guys are all feeling much more experienced as adventurers after a night's rest. You wake up in the morning. It's pretty picturesque. The sun is rising. There's dewdrops on the leaves of the plants. The birds are chirping. It's a very pleasant morning. And then you hear, "All right, everybody, let's get going." And Molly breaks the pleasantness and is trying to rouse you guys to get going.
We don't get paid if she dies, right?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Not.
If she dies, she would fail her exam.
Would she though?
Yeah.
She wouldn't succeed either.
Unless she did. Because the university has, I don't know, morals. Posthumously.
Oh, like an honorary degree.
Mm.
We can't kill the client.
Okay. So Molly's gonna be like, "All right, the last ingredient on the list is, oh, let me double check. It is the mushrooms. Yeah, the mushrooms in the spider cave. The road that normally, we used to take, got kind of, destroyed by the war that happened, and we got to find a new route and figure out if we can still access the mushrooms in the spider cave."
Okay.
Also,
So we
I'd
know
like
where
to-
the cave is. We just don't know the best route to get there.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
yeah, Molly can like basically direct you guys. I think it's it's mostly
Okay.
like once you guys get there, it might be they just don't know what the status of like the cave situation is, and getting to it, you might need to find a new path.
Okay.
Fine.
So what is her relationship to the Cartographers Guild?
She is an apprentice cartographer trying to
Yeah.
become a full-fledged cartographer. There's like 3 levels. It's like apprentice cartographer, apprentice charter, and then master charter.
Okay. So she doesn't make her own, but she would theoretically have some like maps of the area in general.
She does have maps of the area in general, and she has supplies to make maps, and she has been making maps throughout this journey.
Okay.
Sketches, like they're not fully detailed, but enough for her to like go back and finish up when she gets back.
Okay.
So she's going to keep track as we go.
Yeah, she's been like taking a bunch of notes and writing down landmarks and paths that you guys have taken and whatnot.
That's good. At least we won't get lost.
Yeah, she's when you guys are fighting the poachers, she's off, who knows what she's doing.
Don't worry about it.
It's not like that's good questions.
Okay. So we're just going and hoping things work out?
Yeah.
Much?
Yeah. Unless anyone is opposed, I can transition you guys to the next area.
Well, my main thing is part of this next thing that we're about to do. Are we trying to find a way there, or are we just? She already knows how to get there. She just hasn't.
I think
like there yet.
She already knows how to get there, and yeah, she already knows how to get there. The issue will be, as you'll see in a second, what to do once you get there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Cool.
Great. Yeah. So
Alyssa, do you still need to be healed?
Oh yes, please.
Okay, I will use Mark of Healing to give you 5 HP.
Ooh.
Heck yeah! Thank you.
Oh, I also have another question.
Alyssa.
For Alyssa?
Can you turn into a griffin now?
I didn't study their essence.
Oh,
Oh no.
fair.
You should study their essence.
I think studying the essence of a griffin might explode my brain, right? Like, you all know how to do basic math, but I'm not over here asking you to divide by 0.
Yeah.
I don't know. It says animal spirit, and they're like mythical creatures.
I mean, griffins
They're
are
mythical.
griffins are animals essentially in this world.
They're mythical to our perspective as human beings on the planet Earth.
Yeah, that's how we would describe them. But
Okay.
This is the things I was wondering, because like I have access currently to a skill that would let me speak with animals if I wanted to take it. But it's not for like another 3 levels that I can get access to one that lets me talk to creatures. And it says you can speak, the upgraded one says you can talk to any non-magical or non-planar creature. So like I don't understand what the difference is between a creature
and an animal.
and
That's
an animal.
That's a good question.
I would probably say that's sentience. Like, a creature is something that's straight up non-sentient.
That's what
Like,
I.
they don't even have the higher brain function necessary to think the thoughts like eat, fuck, kill, sleep.
I mean, yeah, I'll have to look into that. You said you don't have access to that one for a while though, right?
Yeah, so I have access to wild empathy that lets me talk to animals, but then wild speech is the upgraded one. And it says you can speak with and understand any non-magical or non-planar creature. So I'm like, is that like what, like a dragon? A dragon is magical.
But
is a griffin magical?
is a griffin magical? In my understanding, not. I would just call a griffin an animal, right? It's just,
Yeah.
although the animal is a mix of animals, it's still an animal as far as I'm concerned.
In the books I've read that have featured griffins, it's like they talk to you telepathically and their voice in your mind hurts your brain. So I was thinking of them as magical.
Yeah, I mean I've seen griffins also where they're more animalistic, where they can't communicate telepathically, which is super cool. But they have like they're smart. They're like kind of almost like a bear or a dog where they're like they have some understanding, but like they're still a wild animal that,
Okay.
can't communicate with a human on the same level.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So that's what I was going with, but I kind of wish I went with the telepathic way. That sounds really cool.
That would have made that whole thing a lot easier.
Maybe. Or it would have been a lot harder trying to convince it.
Yeah, the
Be
book
like,
said
why do
they're
you want my tail
cool.
feather? Or tail hair?
Yeah.
If somebody just said, "Hey, can I have some of your hair?" I would be like,
Why?
"No,
Uh,
that's a sex thing for sure. You're gonna do a crime with my hair."
um, cool. So actually, I think this might be a good time to do our break, and then I'll transition you guys into the new scene.